Hey everyone, it's John Barrett with Level Up Your Leadership, where I'm going to help you with visual leadership lessons so that you can be incredible. I want to talk about YAC Leadership. What is YAC Leadership? YAC. Well, years ago, John Madden kind of made up this statistic in football that was basically the idea of how many yards after contact do you get. So once you're moving that ball down the field and you come with some opposition, how many more yards do you get after you've hit that contact? And they begin to kind of track this for fun and kind of look at it and think, wow, people are unstoppable. And I think that this is important in leadership as well, because if you think about it, we're here and we're running down the field of life. We're trying to be a great leader. And here we are trying to get to the goal, the end zone, whatever that may be over here with the project that we're working on, all the things that we're doing, maybe just the mission of the organization, and we're trying to move the ball down the field. But here's what I found out about what sets apart really great leaders and leaders that never begin to move on beyond this, is that as you're running down the field, this is fun. This is a good time. You're having a good time. You're running the ball down the field. You're like, yeah, we're making progress. We're going. But at some point, you are going to hit a few blockers down here, whatever that may be. Whether those are people, maybe those are just obstacles kind of in the way that you hit. But at some point, you are going to make contact right here. And this is where you get stopped. There is resistance. And what I find a lot of times with leaders is that as they're going along and they hit that resistance, we think it's a bad sign, like something's wrong. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'm not in the right place. What's going on? And we hit that resistance and we're tempted to give up and just kind of retreat and go back and say, whoa, yeah, let's just go down for the count. Let's just kind of figure out, let's go back to where it was fun as an organization. As you're growing, you were growing, having fun, and you got more people, you hired on more, and now it's a little more complex. Now you're hitting resistance with different situations and people and circumstances, or whatever the case may be. And what I want to talk about is what John Madden said. He said, listen, there is a stat that we need to look at, and that's how many yards does someone get after contact. That tells us a lot. And I think about leadership, and I think about how much YAC do you have? If it's a stat that you're being measured by, not, for performance or something like that, but just an internal stat of saying, you know what, how resilient am I? Am I able to push past? Great leaders, they rack up their yards after contact. Because once you get contact right here, you're either going to go down for the count, or you're going to begin to push through and keep going. And if you can kind of break through this area right here, somehow, some way, just keep running with that ball down the field, you're going to break through that moment. Now listen, this is hard right here. I get it. It's not easy. This is fun right here. This is hard to get through. But when you break through that, if you'll stay the course and stay strong, don't give up, don't get discouraged. Don't look at yourself and think, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. No, you keep at it. Every leader struggles. Every leader hits resistance. Everything that you're doing with your business, with your organization, with your team, your department, whatever it is that you're doing, you will hit resistance. But remember, it's that resistance that allows us to begin to get lift. Think about the airplane. The airplane gets a lift because of the resistance that it hits. And that resistance, it harnesses it to begin to get lift to go up into the air. And if you'll just kind of leverage that resistance and you'll push through the resistance, you'll begin to break through the other side. And once you get to this other side, you can begin to kind of reflect on, okay, well, what happened over here? What was it? How do I learn through that? How do I grow through that? This reflection time is huge, because it's what gives you the fuel and the insight to keep moving the ball down the field to get down further. But listen, the story's not over. The game's not over. Even though you got yards after contact and you kept going, you know what's going to happen at some point? You know this, right? It's just a repeat. And here's what happens. We're going to hit another set of obstacles or something in our way where there's going to be contact. There's going to be resistance. It's going to happen. But those that break through resistance, they don't break down, but they break through. If you'll have that type of leadership mindset and you'll begin to rack up your YAC stats, I am telling you, you're going to continue to break through. Then you reflect again and you learn and you learn. And as you go, you get those first downs. And then you begin to get into the end zone and you become successful. Listen, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not in what happens to them. It's in how they respond to what happens to them. It's not in what happens. See, everybody has problems, but not everybody allows their problems to have them. And if you'll go through hard times, everybody goes through hard times. The difference is that you're willing to break through. You're willing to keep going. When everybody else gives up, you keep pushing on. Listen, leaders rack up the YAC yardage and distance and mindset, and they keep going. And I want to challenge you. Stay the course. Keep doing what you know to do. Begin to learn, grow through all these experiences whenever you hit resistance, and you just get persistence and resistance. You stay persistent through the resistance, and you'll begin to get lift over time. And before you know it, you're going to start achieving your goals. You're going to start hitting those. Stay the course, my friend. Keep going. Don't give up. That business you're starting, that project that you're doing, this thing over here, this thing over there, this new initiative that you're stepping out on. Don't give up at the first sign of resistance, but get yards after contact. Reach out to us today so we can help take you and your team to the next level.